When you pick up the phone to dial 911 in an emergency, you expect someone to answer.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's getting more and more difficult for communities to make sure that someone is on the other end of that line when you make that call. So leaders in Sebring are trying to get creative to lure more people to answer the call.
Sebring headquarters, to all Sebring EMS.
Right now, when you call the dispatch center at the Sebring Police Department, you'll hear another voice on the other end.
Dispatch centers are having trouble maintaining staff, recruiting staff to do dispatch work. And it does have its level of stress.
But the village is walking a thin line, like so many others dealing with staffing shortages.
My first priority is safety. If we can't fill the seats, then we have a big problem. And we're barely doing that right now.
Sebring currently has 4 full-time dispatchers and 5 part-timers. In a perfect world, they'd like to have 6 on staff permanently. They've increased wages to try and retain part-time help, but might need to come up with more cash, as much as $200,000 for additional increases.
We may have to look at increased pay raises again for that position and to retain full-time people, as well as the rest of the police department. So that's not in the budget, but what do we do?
The village does have a new police levy on the ballot in November, a $2 million levy generating about $148,000 per year, costing roughly $70 a year for a $100,000 home.
But that would not be the magic bullet just for dispatch alone. Part of that, if it passes, is going to need to go toward pay raises or something to incentivize more dispatch, as well as the rest of the police department.
Their equipment is also a concern. The 2 primary consoles purchased or donated years ago are obsolete, and replacing them could cost upwards of $300,000. Sebring's dispatch center handles calls for the village in addition to Smith Township, Homeworth Fire and EMS, and North Georgetown Fire and EMS.
The communities we serve, I don't want to leave them high and dry, so this has to be a very calculated decision if we can't come up with the money.
Now, the village says any closure is way down the road. They are currently in the process of exploring all of their options. Their primary concern right now, finding staffing for the current center.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lindsay Watson. Thanks for watching the WKBN 27 First News YouTube channel. If you want more video news, subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the WKBN 27 First News app for breaking news alerts.